Ladies and gentlemen, I'm one of those old fashioned type guys who still sends out Christmas cards. But I'm never satisfied with sending out a Christmas card that you can just buy off a shelf somewhere. Admittedly, some of those are cute, but they just don't have the impact of a unique, one of a kind Christmas card like you can send with Tactical Santa. Who is Tactical Santa? Glad you asked. Take a look at these. These are exclusive designs from one of the show's sponsors, Gabriel Mastracci Art, and he designs Tactical Santa for your Christmas card giving. You can order the same pattern, you can order a variety box depending on your mood or who you want to send what to. And this year's edition features Mrs. Tactical Santa. Yes, this is a good design and it's sure to be a hit this holiday season. The only thing better than receiving gifts is watching your family and friends open up the envelope and getting a special, unique Christmas card from you featuring Tactical Santa. You say, Professor, I haven't given out Christmas cards in years. Why not get back into the practice? Or if you really don't want to support the post office, these can come on other items as well. Buttons and pins and pillows and coffee mugs. Yes, all of your stocking stuffers can feature Tactical Santa as well. Just contact Gabe at Gabriel Mastracci Art and place your order today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a little travel back in time, shall we? Back in November of 2024, one short year ago, Rex and I presented to you 5 exclusive reviews. They include movies like Bad Genius, Conjuring the Cult, Night Bitch, The Deserving Show, and The Stoic. As months go, this wasn't a real strong one. Probably the worst movie of them all was Night Bitch. My God, that was just absolutely horrendous. Conjuring the Cult picked up a cult audience, if you will, online and garnered some nice little hits. So some people really enjoyed that. It wasn't that strong of a movie, though, and became rather formulaic. The Stoic was interesting because it showed how foreign countries present the concept of the one man army. And that was kind of interesting to really test your memory. Let's go back now and revisit those original reviews from 1 year ago.
J.C. Lee has adapted a highly successful Thai film into a British Columbia endeavor. Bad Genius is the movie, and it's what I would call a young adult. You know how they have these YA novels? Sometimes adults can read them and have fun, but they're meant for a younger audience. They're centered on a bunch of kids and their attempt to cheat what they perceive as students as an unfair testing system. Now, what begins as one friend trying to help another gradually transforms into a national scam with James Bond implications and complications. It's time to go into the time machine, back once again to the early Cretaceous, and check in with Rex Reel.
Lee switches the emphasis from one of seeking friendship to one of class envy. Benedict Wong, as Lin's father, enables traditional ties to the original theme. Not bad to watch, but turns exceptionally silly at the end.
The movie stars Kalina Liang as Lin. She is the super genius who attempts to defraud the SAT in order to gain friends at her school. Benedict Wong is her dad, and Jabari Banks and Taylor Hickson are her co-conspirators. Here's a look.
I get why you think I did this, but I'm the last person on Earth who needs to cheat. Ask anyone.
You're going further than your mom and I ever could. You're going to accomplish big, big things.
I think you deserve the chance to make whatever kind of future you want for yourself, no matter what the rules say.
Lynn will be first in our family to go to college. We know this is the best place for getting into top-tier schools.
There's no way we can afford $50K a year. You can attend for free. I'll have a real chance at getting an audition at Juilliard now.
That food smells foul.
Lynn, I am so sorry. I'm late.
Who are you?
I'm Grace, your new school ambassador. You're basically smarter than every student. What if you tutored me?
You may begin.
She's my friend. Why wouldn't I help my friend?
This is Lynn. I'm just guessing money's pretty tight right now.
Everything is a transaction.
The rich kids get great scores, we get paid.
Everyone wins.
What if we made our own code from music?
I paid for piano lessons. Since when is that illegal?
I don't know how you're doing it, and I don't care. I just need to get him into Columbia.
Cheating is impossible. It's the Fort Knox of tests.
You just haven't put your big brain to it.
I'll need help.
No one can do what you do.
The only way to beat a rigged game is to outmaneuver it.
This is a first-class ticket to your future.
It's always the ones with the most to lose who suffer. So what's my cut?
150 grand.
What do you think's gonna happen if I get caught? We can't quit now.
This is what you do with the future.
Open this door now.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are certain maxims that kind of hold true when people reach middle age. For example, when most men reach their midlife crisis, they either go out and splurge on a sporty car, which is most impractical for them at that age, or they try to woo the affections of a much younger woman to boost up their egos. Women go through a similar process, and a lot of their midlife crisis turns into how they look and their sexual allure. Now, while most women probably don't have the means to do this in the way they would like, certainly stars in Hollywood do. They have the finances and the materials so that they can keep themselves. I'll give you one of the prime examples right now is Amy Adams. Amy Adams, I believe this year turned 50. Okay? And Amy is looking good for a 50-year-old woman. She really is. She looks nice. What you would call a MILF, okay? Not bad at all. And I don't mind her flaunting that in a movie, but not a movie whose sole purpose is to just preach and inundate viewers with rotten, vile, feminist propaganda. Well, Professor, you're going to say, these movies you normally ignore and do not even give time to. How is it that you watched this one? Ladies and gentlemen, I was snookered. I'll tell you how. As cinematic class is about to begin, and your professor is in. Salutations, another sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies. And the truth of the matter is, Amy Adams has been flooding the socials with, for lack of a better term, cheesecake photos showing that she is in excellent shape and still looking fine as she enters middle age. So now she makes a movie, which is tonight's lesson plan, called Night Bitch, and it comes from Fox Searchlight. So what's the problem? The movie is total bullshit feminist propaganda. It states women do not need a man. It states men are basically useless until they are completely subdued by a woman. It states becoming a mother is horrific. And it states that if a woman must become a mother, the mothers are better without men. This is a libtard feminist wet dream. All right? Why anybody would sit through this nonsense is beyond me. But I did. And that's because they pulled a ruse and I got snookered.
He's super cute. Do you just love getting to be home with him all the time? Yeah, I do. I love it.
You're an artist, right?
Well, I used to be.
Wow!
But that feels like a lifetime ago. So
Yeah,
totally.
definitely.
We get it. I used to be a stripper.
The before times.
Yes.
Nobody in this family can clean their own butts.
No. Oh, that's okay.
If you wake him up, I will rip your throat out.
Okay, for what it's worth. I would kill to stay home with him every day.
Mama fuzzy.
I'm not fuzzy.
I just feel off. Look at my teeth. See how sharp they are?
It's a little bit weird.
Motherhood, it changes you. It connects you to some primal urges.
I feel like I'm stuck.
Make up a plan, draw up a schedule. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice.
I'll try. I'm never going to be smart, happy, or thin ever again. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I'm turning into a dog.
You're so funny.
Do you ever feel like the big secret is that we are gods? We fucking create life. We are so powerful.
What the fuck?
I could crush a walnut with my vagina. I am a woman. I am an animal. I am Night Bitch.
You're so dirty. Where did you go?
I am her run.
Adams is mother. They don't even give her a name in the movie. She's just mother. All right? So you know where this is going right from the get-go. She resents her husband. You know why? Because her husband goes out every day, works at his job, and provides a solid lifestyle for her and their son. Sometimes his work takes him away from home for a number of days as he goes on these trips. The husband is not having an affair, which you normally think of when they're away from home. No, he's loyal to mother. He loves his wife and his son. So what is the freaking problem? The problem for mother is that husband is able to interact with adults, and she is stuck all day long with a child. And when she takes the child to family time at the library or what have you, somehow she doesn't count the other mothers as adults. I don't know why. That's what the story says. What Mother wants to do is get rid of her husband because she's pissed off at him for having a life that deals with adults and actually doing what he's supposed to do, taking care of his family. She wants to live whatever kind of carefree life she wants to live without the restrictions placed on her from motherhood, and when it's convenient, she'll swing by and see her child. Wow. So, how did I get suckered into watching this thing? Well, the movie's called Night Bitch. And as we get into the movie, Mother actually begins to show signs of changing. She begins to growl. She begins to paw at things. And something right out of Ginger Snaps, she begins to grow a tail. And I thought, well, Night Bitch might mean that she's transforming. This could be a movie about lycanthropes. Yes, it could be a werewolf movie. So I stayed with it. Eventually, Mother turns into a dog, not a wolf. And the dog is her freedom. And the dog gets to run around the streets and run around the woods and has no responsibilities. And this is truly the life that women were meant to be. They were meant to be bitches running around wherever they want. Okay, are we following this? But wait, it's even better. Because when Mother turns into a dog, it's not really happening. It's in her mind. So, as I said, Amy Adams is Mother, Scoot McNairy is the husband, and Jessica Harper is Norma. She's the only one that gets a name in the damn movie. And in essence, what she is she is Mother's Yoda. I don't know what it is that all these I am woman, hear me roar type of propaganda movies require the heroine to have a female wizened old biddy as their Yoda type. I don't understand why. But anyway, Jessica Harper fills that role. Behind the camera, Mario Heller is the director and the writer. Do not let her near any type of filmmaking again unless she has some kind of massive epiphany. This is a woman who is nothing but a propagandist. This is a woman whose vile ideologies should be locked in a dungeon somewhere. Do not give a public forum to this vile creature. Brandon Trust is director of photography, and McCabe is the editor. They do yeoman's duty. You know, I try to find something in every movie that, well, you could say good about. And in Night Bitch, the only thing worthwhile is the musical score. And that was done by Nate Heller. Let's take a little time now to peel back the veils of time and head back to the early Cretaceous period. For the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic.
A movie that claims women are gods, and they alone create life. This I checked. It takes two to tango.
Women alone create life. Right. I only know of one time in history that was true. The movie is Night Bitch from Fox Searchlight. It is horrendous. It will melt and dissolve your brain. All of the logic, science, and common sense you have in there will begin to fester and pus and melt through your ears as if being dropped by the acid of this diabolical feminist propaganda. What a way to go.
Welcome back to the show. A very popular film in Thailand makes its way to our shores, and we dip into the mailbag. But first, I've got a good one for you. It's a nifty little horror thriller called The Deserving. It relies on a small but highly effective cast, which is helmed by lead actor Venkat Se Gunda. Probably never heard of him, but he is excellent in this movie. He plays Carter. Carter is a mute photographer, but he's also a serial killer who is haunted by the ghosts of his victims. Let's go back to the early Cretaceous period and check in once more with the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Real.
Writer and director Kona Sin Aurora presents a chaotic and entertaining horror tale with a nice seasoning of gore. Solid creative cinematography and snap editing are part of the movie's plotline.
The movie is The Deserving. It's a good one. Here's a look.
Hey there, Mr. Sai. How's it going today? Beautiful day we're having.
My name is Lucy Hill. I hope you don't mind. I don't have an appointment, but I came a long way, and I need some new headshots for my portfolio.
Your tomb is beautiful. I said your home is beautiful. Wow.
Are you the photographer? What the are you doing?
Look at me intruding, forgive me. I've always found photography to be very personal and intimate. Like I'm touching them without their permission. Your story, not one to be taken lightly. A killer, that's an illness.
Hey there, Mr. Sai. How's it going today?
Hey, Miss Sai, how you doing?
Thank you, sir.
What do you want, little man?
Conjuring the Cult is a decent enough horror tale, but it relies too heavily on trite, worn tenets to carry along its plot. Calvin McCarthy wrote, directed, and edited, and even shot the film, so it is his baby. Perhaps he had way too much to do, and as such, he sacrificed some originality. I think for expert commentary on this, we should peel back the veils of time and go back to the early Cretaceous period for the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Real.
Daddy is missing his little girl since her suicide and resorts to consulting with witches to bring her back from the dead. Never talk to witches while at a grieving support group. McCarthy then uses the very tired trope of daddy molesting his daughter because, as we know, all men are sex fiends, then compounds that tired plot twist with woman revenge from beyond the grave. Please, been there, done that too many times.
Conjuring the Cult stars Neil Green as the grieving father, China Ray Shurts, one of the dreaded three named people in Hollywood, as his daughter, Michelle Coleman, Alicia Wheel, Naomi Miller, and Marika Prom star as the four witches. The film comes from Breaking Glass Pictures, and usually they offer more innovative movies than this. It's rather mundane, predictable, and stereotypical.
Four months ago, I lost my daughter. Suicide.
It's perfectly normal to want to speak to our loved ones again.
The worst part are the nightmares.
What do you dream about, David?
Sorry to hear about your daughter.
Are you four all here together?
We belong to another help group.
I didn't know my daughter that well.
She was struggling with something. We can help you. Come to one of our meetings.
I think she's trying to tell me something.
Masha isn't really there, David.
You just have to be careful with what you let in.
David, what's going on? Are you using that thing to contact Masha? Why would you mess with something like that?
What do you want?
To help.
Bring me back.
Bring me back!
Was I a good girl, Daddy? Thou shalt not screw around with things thou dost not understand. What's wrong, Daddy? You afraid?
A person who can endure pain or hardship without showing their feelings or complaining. That is the official definition of the word stoic. And that's also the title for the latest action flick from Saban Films. It is an import from the British Isles. Apparently the Stoics were a group much like the Knights Templar. They were unstoppable warriors who fought for righteousness and followed a strong moral code. Now, while many modern people think they are just legends from the past, some believe they are still secretly operating, again, very much like the Knights Templar. And this, unfortunately, is the plight of a group of sex traffic smugglers who happen to disturb a Stoic while he is enjoying his morning coffee in the solitude of his forest home. This is not going to bode well.
Stoics, it's a different breed. Live like monks. They have their own morality. You pull a weapon on a Stoic, he'll beat you to death with it. It's a whistle. If you hear that, then. Now you hear that, it's too late. People smugglers.
More are coming.
When?
Jim, how will you do it?
Kill them. He's watching all of us.
We're dead. We are dead men.
I want my trophy.
Soon there'll be more men.
They'll match you.
No, they won't.
Let's go back again to the early Cretaceous and check in with Rex Reel.
Writer-director Jonathan Eckersley weaves an interesting tale and a possible movie franchise over the legend of the Stoic fighters. Many issues with the Stoic personally are left unresolved, so a sequel is merited. Scott Wright at first seems miscast as the Stoic, but his performance grows on the viewer. Gary Rogers shoots the film in very low light to cast a solemn, mystic mien.
Starring with Wright in this movie is Rosie Boy Willius, Stuart Brennan, and George McCluskey. It's a decent flick for lovers of action films. Here's a look.
Where did you get that?
Found this on the stable door.
Well, it wasn't there when we got here.
Did you see anyone?
Put it down.
What?
Put it down.
Mr. Carlyle, all due respect, it's just a hat.
Don't laugh. Don't any of you bloody laugh. I know you've all been through in your lives, but that's the Western definition. Stoics, it's a different breed. Pain, suffering, it's like oxygen to them. Fuel. They're like barnacles. You've got to crush them and then crush them again.
I heard they use whatever's around. They're not allowed mechanical weapons.
Fine. We have rifles.
You pull a weapon on a Stoic, he'll beat you to death with it. Look, if you don't believe me, listen to him.
They're like enforcers, ancient Scottish or Nordic smugglers or something.
Smugglers?
They're better at making enemies. Toying with them. I heard they only kill one at a time. Once you sleep, once you... I don't know.
17th century psychopaths. Live like monks. Ancient guards for feudal lords. They're allowed to set up their own smuggling routes. They have their own morality. The men in bonnets. I was obliged to facilitate your delivery, so consider it facilitated. Somehow, you've offended. My bet is the girls.
So the bonnet is a warning.
And then it's a whistle. If you hear that, then...
Let me guess. We run.
Now you hear that, and it's too late.
He's watching all of us. We're dead. We are dead men.
I want my trophy.
Soon there'll be more men. They'll match you.
No, they won't.